Well, I said I wasn't going to post for a long time, but I've had a few insights, personal insights that I thought it might be interesting to share. Anyway, I came to the beach at Sunday, the 31st, July 31st, and I came to the beach just to say hello to my friends and walk on put my toes in the water a little bit, but more about that later. Anyway, I just wanted to use this as an opening. Okie doke. Talk to you later. Well, here's my group heading off into the water. Walk, walk. It's going to be a beautiful swim today. The water's a really reasonable temperature and almost no waves. Anyway, I'm going to go home and mope a little bit. Okay, that's it for now. Well, there they go. I don't know if you can see them. A couple little spots. Okay, talk to you later. Well, I wasn't, like I alluded to earlier, I wasn't really planning on making another video for quite some time, but I've had some insights, which, I find interesting. I don't know if anybody else will, but I find myself to be kind of depressed, and it's not common for me at all. I'm not anxious or a depressed kind of person, but what I've discovered in this process, this healing process, by the way, I'm feeling absolutely fine. I'm feeling completely normal, which in a way is making it a little harder because I have all these restrictions of things I'm not supposed to do, and I'm finding it really hard. The thing I've discovered is that I thought swimming was just a hobby. It was something I like to do, clearly. But what I've discovered about myself is it's really my coping mechanism for the stresses of living with somebody with Alzheimer's and of COVID and of all the daily stresses we all have. So without that structure, without that skeleton to hang everything else on, I'm really at loose ends. So this is almost 2 weeks past the surgery, and she had originally told me 6 weeks to 2 months for no submerging in water. I have an appointment on the 11th, and I don't know, my mental health is suffering by not being able to swim. So I'm missing about 10 hours a week of that I'm normally in the water. So yeah, I think generally speaking, I'm not a super introspective person, but this just came as a kind of sudden realization that so much of my mental health is tied up with being able to exercise in general, but to swim in particular. And so I don't know why I think it might be interesting to share that, but hopefully you're finding ways to keep your mental health on track. Oh, by the way, don't mind this thing. I had a little run-in with the lid to the garbage bin out in the alley. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I'm not sure why. I'm making an effort. This morning, like I showed you, I went to the beach. I met my friends. I walked, in the sand and got my feet wet, and yeah, it was nice. It was helpful, I think. And I'm trying to do more walking, not just the dog walks, but also some a little bit further walks on my own. Trouble is, my back has really been giving me a lot of trouble, and I'm sure it also is related to not swimming. I'm doing my back exercises religiously, and but yeah, so, and my back kind of bothers me when I walk, so that kind of puts a little bit of a limit on that activity. Although I'm learning techniques to be able to walk pain-free. I don't know if I ever mentioned that I'm kind of into this book. Oh, I have it right here. This book, Back Mechanic. Stuart McGill. I'm finding some of the things, you know, that they suggest really helpful. And he does have techniques for being able to, they really recommend walking. He really recommends walking. He's a big fan of walking for people with back issues. So, and there are some techniques to use, postural techniques and things to use to help and use your core muscles to girdle your back while you're walking. Anyway, enough of that. So that's it. I did a lot of gardening this morning after I came home from the beach, and that is something that I can do. What I'm finding is just because I don't have the structure of swimming 2 hours every day, basically, I'm just letting everything else go too. I'm just sitting on the couch watching YouTube basically all day long. And I do realize I'm only less than 2 weeks, like 12 days post-op. So resting is probably a good thing, even though I don't feel like I need it. It feels more like not being able to motivate myself than it does like, oh, I'm resting for my health. But anyway, and I'm sure, you know, and the anesthetic and the stress and the anxiety and all that about the surgery, I'm sure that I'm kind of post that too. I understand that, but it just seems like it would all be okay if I could just go swimming. So I don't know. There we are. Talk to you later. Find that thing that makes you happy. Okay, bye-bye.